Hi everyone, welcome to the show. This is the final Bosman again in this conference room, hopefully for the last time. On today's episode, I want to talk about Nintendo before E3, and I want to give my take on one of the week's biggest controversies. Let's get started. Welcome to the show. I'm Kyle Bosman, of course. With the reveal of the Xbox One last week, the stage is now set for E3. This is gonna be a big one. This is Sony and Microsoft going head to head with their next gen console release almost simultaneously on top of each other. We're gonna talk about this E3 to our grandchildren. However, I feel like something is missing. I feel like we're not talking about Nintendo enough. Call me crazy, but I think that Nintendo is going to get a lot of more eyeballs and ears pointed its direction than any of us are expecting it to at this year's E3. Today, I want to give some love to Nintendo, my boy. And so today's segment is called Bosman's Bold Statements Nintendo E3 Edition. Bold statement number one. Nintendo's gonna be fine. Everyone likes to make fun of Nintendo. Well, go ahead and cry, okay? Because you've embarrassed yourself once again, and you embarrassed me on my show. We say they don't belong at E3, they shouldn't be called next gen. We say the worst thing that I hear is that Nintendo should go third party and they should make iPhone games, and that's how they should make money. Okay, well, last year, Rovio, the company that makes Angry Birds and a couple of other games, the revenue they posted was $195 million US. 45% of that was merchandising. So about $112 million of revenue from their games, which seems like a lot. To me, that seems like a lot. But then last year, Nintendo posted 647.6 billion yen of revenue, which is close to $8 billion US. And that was a bad year. Last year was Nintendo's first loss since it started reporting its financials in the year 1981. So that looks bad. Yeah, it's just like, oh, Nintendo's first loss, they're going down a hill, man. Nintendo's doomed, bro. However, it also means that this company has been turning a profit for the past 30 years. Nintendo is like an oil company. They are rich. They made so much money off the Wii. Here's another example. Mario Kart Wii sold 34.1 million copies. That is insane. That is the definition of insanity. By comparison, that is more copies sold than Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach combined. More than all of those games combined. And probably a lot less expensive. And also, thank you, Wikipedia. The point is that Nintendo is fine. Nintendo has a lot of money in the bank right now. Nintendo can put out 2 or 3 more failing consoles and still not be broke. To me, I like to think of Nintendo not as, it's not dead, Nintendo's not dead. I like to think of Nintendo as just this big, dopey, happy, frustrating elephant that's walking along at its own pace and there's nothing we can do about it. Come on, elephant! No, elephant, come on! Make a Pokemon console game already. Nope. Okay, bold statement 2. The Wii U will have the best fall lineup of any next-gen console. Obviously, I can't account for personal taste, and maybe Watch Dogs will be bad on the Wii U, but I think if you consider the Metacritic or game rankings average, the Wii U is going to have easily the best all-around lineup. People often forget this, but Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2 are 2 of the highest rated video games of all time. And we're getting one of those this year. And so I think it makes perfect sense if you are more excited for that than infamous Second Son or a new Forza. Quick appendum, if Ground Zeroes does launch this year, I will gladly rescind bold statement number 2. And finally, bold statement number 3, we can't do anything about the GameCube controller controversy, or controller gate, or the button cover-up, or Ballmer's folly, or the Great Cube hullabaloo, or whatever you want to call it. It shook the world last week. And if you haven't heard about this yet, if you've been living under the rock, let me catch you up. Last week, at the Xbox One reveal, the whole event started with a montage of normal and important people. And one of the normalest of the normal people shown was this guy, with what we presume is his mom or maybe neglected girlfriend. But the controversy, the big hubbub, is all about that GameCube controller with no buttons. Anton, enhance. GameCube controller with no buttons. Anton, enhance. GameCube controller with no buttons. Anton, enhance. NeoGAF had a 50-page thread about this. Kotaku went out to interview the lady who sold that guy his weird keyboard. The hashtag Microsoft Where Are the GameCube Buttons was trending all weekend. This was a big deal to the gaming community. And frankly, I don't see why it shouldn't be. There's either two things going on. Either this guy somehow has a GameCube controller with no buttons, or what's more likely, Microsoft paid to have those buttons removed using special computer effects, which to my estimations could have cost upwards of $2.1 million. And they could have just punched in like this. But instead, it feels like they wanted to show off, doesn't it? They wanted to show off their power of removing buttons. Because look, there's an Xbox Prime controller right there and it has all of its buttons. Huh, that controller gets to keep its buttons. A little biased, don't you think? And I mean, we don't have all the information. I'm sure some more will come in, but obviously it's not looking good. I kind of feel like we are powerless against the GameCube controller with no buttons. We've heard rumors about it for a long time, and we thought, GameCube controller with no buttons, that'd be stupid. They're never gonna make that. And then they made that, and now it's upon us, and I feel like that decision's been made for us, and we're just going to deal with it. We're going to accept it and to buy our Xbox Ones anyway. And I have a very bad feeling that Sony is working on a GameCube controller with no buttons of their own. So I think that's a reason to root for Nintendo. Sure, their Wii U may not stack up to the raw power of its competitors, and it won't have any Twitch functionality. It might not have a Halo TV show. But with the Wii U, its GameCube controllers will always have buttons. If you get what I mean. Anyway, that is this show. That's this week's episode. Next week is going to be the last episode before E3, so I'm going to have to jam-pack it with a lot of things. I'm excited about that. Regarding this week's episode, I realize that a lot of my contemporaries and a lot of people who watch this show do not care about Nintendo, and that's okay. In fact, I'm curious why not. Please comment about that in the comments below. I'm willing to let you call me stupid if you must. Also, if you do care about Nintendo, also let your voice be heard. If you like Twitter, I am at Kyle Bosman, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Come on, you big elephant, move.
No, thank you, sir. I'll move at my own pace. Come
on, you big elephant, put out some games. Make some games happen this year. What are you doing? What are you doing with the Virtual Console? What is it, like 2 games a week? Fix your operating system. It's super slow and stupid.
Nope.
Fix it.
No, thank you.
Oh, it's fixed? You consider this fixed?
I do what I want.
Go talk to some third-party publishers and get some games on your console. You're a big dope. Do you know that? You're making all the wrong decisions.
It's good to be me. I'm so sleepy. Guess I'll go take a big old elephant nap.
Okay, all right.